The school hallway bursts with freedom as dismissal arrives early, a wave of excited chatter filling the air. Against the tide of students, Greta moves with quiet observation, a hint of detachment in her eyes. Her gaze sweeps over the jubilant crowd, a silent observer amidst the noisy exodus. A subtle contrast, the collective joy of the students versus Greta's solitary, thoughtful demeanor. The hallway's energy amplifies Greta's isolation, highlighting her distinct presence. The bell rings, signaling the end of class. Greta swiftly zips up her backpack. The sharp zip pierces the classroom's quiet, a prelude to unspoken stories. Maya, bathed in the glow of popularity, leans towards Greta, an invitation in her eyes. Maya's voice breaks the silence, a playful invitation hanging in the air. "There's a thing at the old field later. You should come," she says, her tone urging Greta to join. Greta pauses, the weight of Maya's invitation hanging heavily in the air. Inside Greta's mind, fragmented images flicker to life, a montage of forced laughter and veiled glances. Whispers snake through hushed corners, secrets exchanged behind cupped hands, unseen yet felt. Each scene captures a sliver of Greta's keen observations, painting a vivid portrait of her classmates. The montage intensifies, revealing the hidden undercurrents of their social interactions. Greta's mind absorbs it all, piecing together the puzzle of their complex, unspoken world. Down the sunlit streets, a group of kids march, their forced laughter echoing. Greta and Maya lead, their bravado a thin disguise. Each step towards the old field is heavy with unspoken tension. The air crackles with anticipation as they approach their destination. Their exaggerated swagger betrays the fear lurking beneath the surface. The old field awaits, a silent witness to their youthful courage. An old field unfolds, a wild tapestry of weeds and withered grasses under the vast sky. A dilapidated fence struggles to contain the untamed growth, its broken planks a testament to neglect. The air is heavy with forgotten shadows, an ominous aura clinging to the desolate landscape. Nature reclaims its domain, indifferent to the decay, as the field breathes with a life of its own. Greta approaches the weathered fence, her eyes scanning every inch for disruption. The bent section of fence screams of a violent struggle, metal twisted. Fresh footprints tell a tale of hurried escape, pressed deep into the soft earth. A broken padlock lies discarded, its mangled shackle a silent witness. Inside Greta's mind, a classroom bathed in harsh sunlight reveals dancing dust motes, each a tiny beacon in the silent space. A stern-faced teacher stands tall, her presence commanding attention, her silhouette stark against the glaring windows. The teacher's voice echoes, filling the cavernous space with an ominous warning, each word resonating with unseen danger. "Stay away from the old field. It's not safe," she warns, her words hanging heavy in the air, a chilling prophecy. The group navigates through the old field, their figures silhouetted against the horizon as they slip through the bent fence. Each step is a mix of excitement and unease, their breath misting in the cool air. Whispers carry on the wind, questions and fears mingling as they venture deeper. Shadows lengthen, casting long, distorted shapes that dance with their movements. The old field seems to hold its breath, awaiting their next move with bated anticipation. In a sun-drenched, overgrown field, youthful energy explodes as music blares from a phone, cutting through the stillness. Kids, silhouetted against the bright sky, scramble onto a dilapidated shed, their laughter echoing in the open space. Each climb is a challenge, a test of courage as they dare each other higher, their faces flushed with excitement. The shed, weathered and worn, creaks and groans under their weight, a silent witness to their youthful exuberance. The music pulses, a rhythmic heartbeat to their daring game, amplifying the sense of freedom and recklessness. Against the backdrop of the vast, open field, their silhouettes become symbols of youthful defiance and boundless energy. In a desolate old field, a boy stands alone, aerosol can poised like a weapon before a weathered wall. With practiced defiance, he unleashes a burst of vibrant paint onto the decaying surface. A symbol blooms, a crude act of rebellion etched against the backdrop of neglect. The colors clash, a stark contrast between youthful anger and the aged, crumbling wall. His art stands as a silent scream, a defiant mark left on a world that seems to have forgotten him. In an old field, bathed in faded light, a dare hangs heavy in the air. A young boy's hand trembles slightly as he pulls out something small and shiny. A lighter. A dare is made to break a window. The narration whispers. The flame flickers, a dangerous promise in the quiet field. Inside Greta's mind, a siren wails. The landscape shifts, darkening. A sense of foreboding descends. Fun fades, replaced by looming trouble. In an old field, Maya casts a challenging look at Greta. Her eyes glint with playful defiance under the open sky. The wind whispers through the tall grass, a silent witness. "You're not scared, are you?" Maya asks, her voice a taunt. Greta's expression is unreadable, a mask of composure. The field stretches out before them, an arena of unspoken dares. Inside Greta's mind, a whirlwind of thoughts churns, a chaotic storm of images and raw emotions. Caught in the eye of the storm, she's torn between the urge to unleash her voice and the chilling fear of consequences. The suffocating pressure to conform bears down on her, a crushing weight threatening to silence her completely. A silent scream builds within, a desperate plea for release from the mental prison. Will she succumb to the pressure, or will she find the strength to break free and finally speak her truth? In the old field, Greta's silence stretches, thick with unspoken words and heavy with impending decisions. Her gaze drifts across the landscape, each blade of grass a witness to the crossroads she faces. The air hangs still, mirroring the quiet turmoil within her as she weighs the paths ahead. Narration. A choice with unforeseen consequences, a silent promise of the storm to come. The field awaits, breathless, as Greta's decision begins to shape the destiny that stretches before her. On the edge of a vast field, Greta's attention is caught by an unexpected movement. Someone older stands hidden amongst the trees, their presence a silent question mark. A figure watches intently from the shadows, their gaze fixed and unknown. The distant observer remains motionless, an enigma framed by the dark wood. Inside Greta's mind, a storm of thoughts churns, each one a dark cloud casting shadows on the landscape. Paranoia grips her, a cold hand tightening around her heart, whispering doubts and fears. Who is watching? The question ricochets through the vast emptiness, unanswered, unsettling. How long have they been there? A chilling realization dawns, the sense of being observed. What do they want? The query echoes, revealing a deep-seated fear of the unknown. The questions persist. A relentless chorus in the echoing abyss of her mind, driving her deeper. In an old field, Greta moves cautiously, each step measured as she tries to remain unnoticed. She retreats slowly, her eyes scanning the surroundings, attempting to understand the unfolding situation. Her back is turned. She is trying to assess the situation. The wind rustles through the tall grass. She is still trying to assess the situation. An old field stretches under a wide sky, peaceful and still. Suddenly, a loud crack echoes, cutting through the tranquility. The sound of glass breaking shatters the calm. Every head snaps up, eyes widening in alarm. A moment of frozen tension hangs in the air. All action ceases as everyone freezes, searching for the source. On the edge of the field, shadows stir, revealing a silent watcher. The figure emerges, and a palpable sense of dread fills the open space. A wave of panic erupts, shattering the stillness of the field. Chaos takes hold as the watcher's presence instigates widespread fear. In an old field, a flurry of youthful energy erupts as kids scatter, their laughter and shouts echoing in the open air. Screams pierce the air as they sprint in every direction, a chaotic dance of youthful exuberance and sudden panic. Some stumble and trip, their small bodies momentarily grounded before scrambling back up, driven by unseen urgency. The field becomes a stage for a frantic game of chase. Each child a player in a drama only they understand. Their faces, a mix of delight and fear, capture the raw, unfiltered emotion of the moment. The scene unfolds as a vibrant tableau of youthful chaos, a moment of pure, unadulterated energy unleashed. In a vast old field, Greta's urgency is palpable. She moves with purpose, her eyes scanning the surroundings. Acting instinctively, Greta reaches out, her fingers closing around Maya's sleeve with a firm grip. With a sharp, decisive tug, Greta pulls Maya, guiding her away from unseen danger. They move swiftly towards the bent fence, the only visible escape from the open expanse. Maya stumbles slightly, her expression a mix of surprise and trust as she follows Greta's lead. The fence looms closer, a promise of refuge in the desolate landscape. At the fence, Greta and Maya exchange a nervous glance as their escape route narrows. They squeeze through the gap, their movements urgent against the looming barrier. The rough wood scrapes against their skin as they press forward, adrenaline coursing. Footsteps echo nearby, a stark warning that their time is running out. Each rustle of leaves, each snap of a twig amplifies the tension, heightening their senses. They brace themselves, poised between freedom and capture as the footsteps draw nearer. Greta and Maya sprint through the crowded streets, their breaths ragged and fear etched on their faces. Each hurried step echoes their desperate flight, their eyes darting around nervously. They push past strangers, their hearts pounding in sync with the rhythm of their escape. Finally, the main road looms ahead, a beacon of potential safety amidst the chaos. Reaching the road, they pause, gasping, the city's relentless energy swirling around them. Greta and Maya halt at a street corner, gasping for air as the initial rush of adrenaline begins to subside. The frenetic energy slowly fades, leaving them exposed to the everyday sounds of the city. A moment of quiet reflection hangs between them as they process what just occurred. The weight of their recent actions settles, marking a subtle shift in their demeanor. A silent, lingering gaze hangs between them at the street corner, time seemingly suspended. The weight of recent events settles heavily, etching unspoken words into the air. Their expressions shift, reflecting the profound gravity of the moment. A deep, shared understanding passes between them, unspoken yet powerfully clear. The school hallway buzzes with hushed whispers, a symphony of nervous energy rippling through the student body. Small groups of students cluster together, their faces illuminated by gossip and speculation. Furtive glances dart from one corner to another, each carrying unspoken questions and anxious expectations. A palpable sense of anticipation hangs heavy in the air, thick with rumor and mounting tension. The very walls seem to vibrate with the collective unease, amplifying every nervous breath and sidelong look. Each student becomes a vessel of nervous energy, contributing to the charged atmosphere of the hallway. Sunlight streams into the classroom, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Greta sits still at her desk, her posture betraying a hidden tension. Maya pointedly avoids Greta's gaze, her eyes fixed on a distant point. The air crackles with unspoken words, heavy with unspoken feelings. A palpable sense of unease fills the room, hanging like a shroud over the students. Silence amplifies the distance growing between Greta and Maya. Sunlight streams into the classroom, illuminating rows of attentive students. Teachers stand guard, their eyes scanning the room with heightened vigilance. A student nervously adjusts his glasses, feeling the weight of the teacher's gaze. Another student fidgets with her pen, the rhythmic tapping echoing in the tense atmosphere. The air is thick with anticipation, every movement scrutinized, every whisper amplified. The classroom transforms into a stage, each student an actor under watchful eyes. The cafeteria buzzes, a symphony of clattering trays and echoing voices mingling with the heavy scent of fried food. Steam rises from trays piled high with mystery meat, a stark contrast to Maya's focused approach toward Greta. Maya confronts Greta at the table, the tension palpable between them as the background noise fades into insignificance. "You knew something was wrong, didn't you?" Maya asks, her words cutting through the noisy cafeteria. In the bustling cafeteria, Greta listens intently, a flicker of understanding in her eyes as she processes the gravity of the situation. The clatter of trays and chatter of students fade into background noise as Greta focuses, her expression hardening with resolve. A subtle nod seals her acknowledgement, a silent promise to face the impending danger head-on. Greta's gaze sharpens, a quiet determination radiating from her as she prepares for what lies ahead. The cafeteria buzzes, trays clatter, and voices blend into a vibrant hum. Amidst the chaos, Maya faces Greta, her eyes reflecting a painful mix of hurt and confusion. The weight of unspoken words hangs heavy between them, a palpable tension in the crowded room. Maya's voice trembles slightly as she asks the question hanging in the air. Why didn't you say anything? Greta pauses in the bustling cafeteria, a storm of thoughts brewing behind her still expression. The clatter of trays and chatter fade as she becomes lost in contemplation, searching for the right words. Her brow furrows slightly, a subtle hint of the internal debate raging within. Sunlight streams through the windows, casting a soft glow on her face as she weighs her options. A faint determination flickers in her eyes, a resolve beginning to solidify amidst the chaos. Under humming fluorescent lights, Greta sits alone, a stark figure amidst the cafeteria's bustle. She picks listlessly at a sandwich, her appetite as absent as her spirit. Her eyes, distant and unfocused, betray a mind wrestling with silent burdens. A whisper escapes her lips, a haunting echo in the crowded room. I thought staying quiet would keep me safe, but it almost did the opposite, Greta murmurs, her voice laced with regret. In the bright, bustling cafeteria, Maya stares intently at her tray, a whirlwind of emotions swirling within. Greta's words hang heavy in the air, each syllable a stone dropping into the silent pool of Maya's thoughts. The clatter of trays and murmur of voices fade into background noise as Maya grapples with unspoken truths. Her fingers tighten around the edge of the tray, a subtle tremor betraying the storm brewing inside. The weight of Greta's revelation presses down, reshaping Maya's perception of everything around her. A silent battle rages within as Maya confronts the implications of Greta's words in the crowded cafeteria. The cafeteria buzzes with life, trays clattering amid hushed conversations. Maya sits, her expression a mix of relief and gratitude. She looks to her unseen companion, a silent thank you in her eyes. "I'm glad you pulled me out," Maya confesses, her voice soft against the noise. A quiet expression of gratitude hangs in the air between them. Within Greta's mind, a storm of fragmented memories begins to surface, each a haunting echo of a past trauma. A bent fence looms, a stark barrier against unseen threats, its twisted form mirroring the turmoil within. A shadowy watcher lurks, an ominous figure cloaked in darkness, embodying the ever-present fear that grips her. Shards of broken glass glint in the sun, each fragment a painful reminder of shattered innocence and lost hopes. A figure runs desperately, fleeing from unseen pursuers, a visceral representation of Greta's relentless struggle. A boundless expanse within Greta's mind, where wisps of thought float like clouds in an ethereal sky. Shifting light mirrors her ever-changing moods, painting the mental landscape with vibrant hues. A lone voice echoes through the vastness, a narration weaving through the corridors of thought. "Silence can protect you," the narration begins, its weight settling in the quiet spaces. "But it can also trap you," the voice concludes, a stark warning amidst the ethereal beauty. Within Greta's mind, images flicker, faces lost in a crowd, a lone figure defiant against the tide, gears grinding relentlessly. A vast machine churns, its gears reflecting the crushing weight of conformity. The landscape warps, mirroring the abstract yet intense pressure bearing down. A single voice echoes, a stark warning amidst the chaos. "Following the crowd doesn't remove responsibility, it spreads it," the voice says, cutting through the mental landscape. Inside Greta's mind, a boundless expanse unfolds, swirling with ethereal colors and nebulous forms. Thoughts drift like iridescent clouds, each carrying a silent narrative in the vast mental space. Distant memories shimmer like faint stars, twinkling reminders of moments lived and lessons learned. A voice echoes through the expanse. Your instincts speak before danger shows itself. Enter Greta's mind, a boundless expanse where colors dance and forms morph in an endless ballet of imagination. The ethereal space pulses with vibrant energy, a dreamscape unbound by reality. Swirling hues paint a canvas of infinite possibilities, each shape whispering secrets of the subconscious. A sense of wonder permeates the air, as if stepping into a living, breathing painting. Narration. Being brave isn't loud. Sometimes it's one quiet decision made early. This inner world reflects the quiet strength found in subtle choices, a symphony of courage in every shade. Inside Greta's mind, a surreal landscape unfolds, with images flickering like dreams in an ethereal atmosphere. Thoughts drift and memories fade, painting a melancholic portrait of the inner self. A voice echoes in the vastness, a gentle understanding offered to the silent thoughts. You don't have to explain why you say no, the narration whispers through the landscape of Greta's mind. Inside Greta's mind, a kaleidoscope of swirling thoughts and memories unfolds. Colors pulse and fade, painting ephemeral shapes that dance in the vast expanse. The landscape of thought shifts, a testament to the ever-changing nature of the mind. A voice echoes through the mental space, a guiding whisper amidst the chaos. Narration's voice advises. And you don't have to wait for things to get bad before choosing better. The swirling colors intensify, urging Greta towards a brighter, more conscious path. Greta walks into the schoolyard, a changed person, her eyes now seeing a different world. She scans the crowd, looking at her classmates with a newfound awareness. The schoolyard's laughter and chatter transform into a muted, indistinct hum. Subtle gestures and interactions that once went unnoticed now leap into sharp focus. The weight of unspoken stories and hidden connections fills the air around her. In the schoolyard, a knot of children surrounds one lone figure, their shadows stretching long under the harsh daylight. The group closes in, their faces etched with a mix of challenge and anticipation. The lone child stands rigid, a visible struggle playing out in the set of his shoulders and the clench of his fists. Pressure mounts in the air, an unspoken demand hanging heavy between the children. In the bright schoolyard, Greta pauses, a flicker of hesitation in her eyes. She gathers her courage, the schoolyard bustling with the energy of children. With a deep breath, Greta begins her walk towards the waiting group. The sunlight casts long shadows as she closes the distance. Each step is measured, her destination drawing nearer with every stride. The schoolyard buzzes with youthful energy, a kaleidoscope of motion and sound under the bright day. Amidst the chaos, Greta's serene figure emerges, an island of calm in a sea of youthful exuberance. A pressured kid stands out, wrestling with unseen burdens in the vibrant schoolyard. With purpose in her step, Greta approaches, an alternative path unfolding before the troubled youth. Hope flickers in the air as Greta extends her hand, offering solace amidst the schoolyard's lively disarray. In the bustling schoolyard, a kid accepts the offering with gratitude. Greta turns away, a quiet sense of fulfillment gracing her features. Sunlight streams through the schoolyard, illuminating her purposeful stride. She walks with the confidence of someone who knows they've made the right choice. Inside Greta's mind, a surreal landscape unfolds, where reality and dream intertwine in a dance of the subconscious. Abstract shapes drift lazily in the ethereal expanse, each form a silent echo of Greta's innermost thoughts and emotions. Fragmented memories flicker like fragile mirages, teasing glimpses of past joys and sorrows that shape her present. A voice echoes through the landscape. Not every mistake gives you a second chance. The voice continues, a haunting reminder, and not every crowd deserves your silence. Greta walks down the sun-drenched street, each step measured with newfound confidence. Her silhouette is strong, no longer burdened by the weight of silence. A subtle smile plays on her lips, a testament to the power of her choices. The city blurs behind her, a backdrop to her personal renaissance. With each stride, Greta embraces the future, defined not by what was, but by what will be.